Do you like the free flow?
I do like the free flow.
Welcome to the Ash and Burnz Podcast. Two guys don't know what we're talking about, but come along for the ride. We talk about politics, religion, sex, video games, movies, pop culture, conspiracies, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoots, and
anything and everything.
That's right, Ash and Burnz Podcast.
Rolled up into a big juicy burrito. What's it taste of? I got a friend that met him.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout. All right. Well, the camera angles are a little different this time, people.
You moving
I'm
stuff.
moving stuff.
Post-production.
And we'll probably end up in the other space eventually when it gets done. Of course, I like the kitchen. Kitchen's pretty sweet.
Yeah. We some big boys.
Yeah.
As soon as we lose us weight, we're going to be garage, man.
We'll be on bicycles.
Ooh, the whole
pedaling,
time?
going.
What if we both get on treadmills and try to talk to each other the whole entire time?
Oh, I won't be able to talk.
What? People want to see that.
Walk. I can walk forever.
Yeah, so can I.
My back starts hurting though, so maybe I can't walk forever.
Yeah. Well, you could. You just got to suck that pain up.
I don't like doing that. I actually don't like doing that. That's so weird. Like you said on treadmill, your legs started hurting. He's like, I just want to quit. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm quitting.
Dude, they started hurting a quarter of a mile in.
Really?
And I was like, because I start running at 0.2, by like 0.5, my legs were already hurting. I was like, no, I got to push through.
I don't push through. I don't push through. My body, I'm like, it hurts for a reason, so I'm stopping.
Well, after a while, it kind of quit though.
I guess I've done enough pushing through. I don't do it no more.
Yeah. I talked about like my plan was to move up speed.
Mm-hmm.
No. Stayed at the same speed. I'm just doubling my distance. So I'm running
Oh, that's pretty
2
cool.
miles instead of 1 mile now. So for the past 3 days, I've been doing 2 miles a day. So that's 6 miles. So I've ran 8 miles since Monday.
That's better than me. I did 0 miles.
Well, you walk to work.
I walked from the car to my office.
Yeah. That's walking to work.
And then I walked to the bathroom, and then I walked back to the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You getting some steps in.
Yeah. And then I come down. Actually, I work hard at home.
Yeah.
I've been cleaning out the garage. I got the ash hole garage almost done.
But that's not I don't think that really cardio though.
No, it's not cardio. It's more like back pain.
Well, like I was telling you, I sent that message. Like you talking about going hiking? Like, bro, you need to build your cardio up. You're going to get out there and like last time I'm going to be a mile ahead of you and you'll be like, where's dude have to carry my bags for me?
I'm going buck naked this time. I'm bringing like a school backpack with just water and food. I'll sleep on the dirt.
No, I gotta have my hammock and stuff.
Well, I'll have a hammock, but
I'm gonna do a hammock.
That's so lightweight.
Yeah.
I gotta lose weight so I can breathe.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought about last night. I was like, if I go to jail or if I go to prison, could I go? Hey, I gotta sleep somewhere else because I need a CPAP. If I don't have a CPAP, I'm gonna die.
Compliment or what is that?
Don't. I've never seen it.
Yeah, but that's like doctor prescribed, ain't it?
It is.
And they give you doctor prescribed medicine.
Yeah. So I don't know if. I don't know.
What if you get it and then somebody comes in there and takes it?
The thing is, I'd probably have to be put in PC or put over the medical ward to sleep at night. Because I can't sleep without it right now. I'll just stop breathing. Yeah. And it's gotten worse because I've gotten so used to it. I got a BiPAP. I don't have a CPAP. Yeah. CPAP's constant air pressure. My air pressure is so high that it has to go up and down so I can breathe out. And so I have a BiPAP.
Well, dude, that time I tried it and I couldn't fall asleep. It was like constant, like in my face. So I don't understand how it's going.
Like mine's set up to go back and forth.
So it's almost like a breathing machine.
That's what I call it. Yeah. Yep. It goes up to 19 breathing in, PSI, 19 PSI. And then when I breathe out, it goes down to like maybe a 9 or something.
Yeah.
7. I can't remember. But yeah, it goes up and down as I breathe. Because if it was 19 full time, I'm like, trying to breathe out.
Yeah.
So if I went to jail or prison, I'd be like, I got to have a CPAP. I got to have a CPAP.
Or a BiPAP.
BiPAP, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm like, sorry, nothing.
I have to sleep on my side.
I still snore.
Yeah, me too. But if I lay on my back,
game over.
Yeah. I'm not breathing.
I thought about this. I thought about, you know how you get a massage parlors?
Nope. Never been to one.
Or a doctor or something, and you lay on your stomach, you put your head in that hole.
Yeah, the chiropractor.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I said massage parlor. And you put your head in a hole like this.
Yeah. Don't they have them too, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they have a hole down there, too.
Really?
Yeah, it's like slide in. Anyway, if I lay on my stomach and I had a spot to breathe, a pillow right here.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Like maybe this wouldn't collapse on my neck and I could breathe.
Yeah.
So maybe I thought about trying to develop or design something for that. I don't know.
Well, just get a normal mattress and just cut a hole.
Just cut a hole in it. There you go.
And then you would need to cut a hole through the box spring and then put like a plastic tube
so I can breathe.
So it like the insides won't go in. It'll be like a chamber.
Yeah, and a lot of padding.
And then
I need fresh air coming in and out.
Or just have a little fan kind of blowing, not all the way in it, but just kind of like halfway to keep it circulating.
Look at you.
Dude, I'm big brain.
Done.
I got that apple fritter and ice cream in me now. Well, I'm like, dee.
I could cut out like a keyhole so my neck is also hanging down.
No, you just need one for your face, like the pad or the extra pad around your face.
Yeah, but then like my neck feels like it's getting crunched. So if I got one where I sit like this, and then my neck hangs too, I probably wouldn't die in sleep. Of course, my back fat might.
Do you think do you think you would literally die in your sleep, or do you think your body would eventually like, get you?
When I sleep without a BiPAP, like nap, Sarah says I totally stop, and then I'm like trying to breathe, and eventually that'll stop happening. Eventually, I'll just drown's the right word.
Just wake up.
I don't know I'm doing it.
You sleep hard, yeah.
I don't know I'm doing it. I wake up and I'm like, man, I had a good nap. She's like, no, you didn't. You like died like almost 15 times because you stopped breathing so much. I'm like, no. She's like, yeah.
Oh, look, I'm going to segue into this. Last night, because we're talking about dreaming and sleeping. Well, not really dreaming, but sleeping.
Sleeping.
But, dude, I had a dream last night where I almost won. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have I always have really great dreams. You always have black and white
I'm
losing
always
dreams.
Defeated. Yeah, it was like I was in a room about the size of your bedroom in there, and I was talking to some girl that I've never seen before. But in my dream, we were like together.
Yeah.
And we were having an argument, and she was like, I remember her saying this. She was like, you're just not my kind of flavor anymore. And that's what I remember. But then it's like in the background, I noticed a dude back there. And I was
like, where's this going?
And I was like, I don't know that dude. And I went up and I was like, dude, I'm going to give you a chance to get out of here because I don't know you. And he was like, walked out the door. And I remember when I closed the door, there was like this much gap in it from the door. And I was like, just looking. And he was like, F you, man, all this and that. And he was backing up and he got in a car. And then I went back and sat back with the girl, and we continued arguing. And then he's right there back again. And so I remember this. I walked to a bed, and I had like a duffel bag, and I pulled out a 22. It was a 22.
22.
And I was like, I told you, man. Bloom, bloom, bloom,
right through
bloom,
that hole, huh?
No, in the room.
Oh, the room.
Because he's already back inside.
Oh, I thought he was still looking through the crack of the door.
No,
okay.
No. He already came back in. And he was also like folding up clothes or something. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's weird.
Kill him.
Yeah, so I was like, I told you, man, I don't know you. Bloom, bloom, bloom. And he was like, he did that. And then he was like, man. And I was like, oh, a 22 ain't working. So I went back to the duffel bag and pulled out a 38. And I was like, bloom, 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 bloom. And he did that. And then he was still standing there. And he was like, man, I'm about to fall on your ground. I'm about to fall on your ground.
Fall on your ground?
Yeah. And I was like, this ain't working either. And I went back and I was like, this is a 357.
Your favorite gun.
Bloom, bloom, bloom. And then he was on the ground. He was like, oh, I'm dying. Oh. But he wasn't bleeding out and he wasn't dying. And then another dude showed up. And so I was like, all right, dude.
Hey, what's going on here?
Bloom, bloom, bloom. And he just stood there. And he was just like, "Oh man, I can't believe you shot me." I was like, "Well, I don't know you, and you're in my place, man." Like,
I come to check on this guy here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know you, dude. And then I kind of woke up, but it was like I almost won because they didn't fight back, and they were
look at you.
And they were actually taking damage
because you feel like you're getting stronger. You got discipline going on right now. Your dreams have changed.
Yeah, maybe pretty soon I'll be like you, and I'll just be Superman.
Every dream, dude. Like if something comes
just
up,
Neo.
I'm just
walking through the Matrix.
Yeah, it's just like, huh? Bam!
People shooting at you, and you're just like, no.
People shoot at me, and I'm just like this. Bullets go by, or they miss.
Bullet time.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I have like such cool dreams. That's why I like sleeping so much, I guess.
Yeah, I like sleeping too, but I don't.
I do. Last night I didn't sleep very well. I don't know if it's because the full moon and shit. I don't know.
But on my phone, I put in Tetra Waves. It was something brand new. Oh. It was like Tetra. Because normally I do like the 428, and then every now and then I'll do like the ocean sound. But again, every time I wake up in the morning, it's only like 2 hours. Even though I leave it running all night, it's only like 2 hours in.
That's weird.
Yeah.
No matter what you listen to?
No matter what I listen to. When I sleep, it's like the as long as that stuff's playing, it's like the simulation just like pauses. It takes me out of this reality, and I get put in dream world reality. and then as soon as I wake up.
But time has passed here because the sun's coming up.
Well, yeah. But also because it doesn't completely stop the simulation, because other people are around the world awake, so the time goes normal. But then in my room, it doesn't have to.
I hope
filter that.
I hope
map.
One day that you can prove that, because that'll be wild. Because right now I'm just like, dude, you might just not know what you're talking about.
Dude, every day I can pull up my history.
I know you have pictures, you have receipts.
Yeah.
I know. It's just crazy. I'm like, that's wacky. That's wild.
It is.
It's Kool-Aid style.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my, and I'll show you. Right here, relaxing sleep, isochronic theta waves. Look, it's a 10-hour video, and it's only an hour and 2 minutes in, and I started this at 9:30 last night and woke up at 6. So how does 9:30 to 6 is only an hour and 3 minutes?
Your wife's waking up doing that.
Well,
I'm just joking. I don't know.
If she is,
it's the best prank ever.
It is.
Listen here, McGee.
Every night.
Good job.
Every night. Dude, it's weird, man.
Good job, McGee.
Yeah.
So what did our fans say? We have a fan saying that we need to stick to a subject.
Stick to one subject, not be so ADHD. Well, that's two fans. Well, not really fans. One's a fan and one's a bystanding listener. She doesn't listen on her own.
The thing is if we planned out an episode, we have to do research. You got time for that?
Nope.
I don't have time for that either.
No, that's why we free flow, baby.
And we have like this stream of consciousness, like conversation with your boy. This is what everybody does. You'll talk about a million things. We just try to do it in a way that is natural.
Yeah.
Like there's tons of podcasts out there that'll give you a subject and they'll talk about it and they'll give you citations for it and all that.
The Y-Files.
Yeah. And me and you are just like, hey, man, you heard about this? What do we think about this?
Count Dankula or Dankula. Ever listen to him?
Uh-uh.
He's a history guy too, like Fat Electrician.
God,
but he's Scottish, I believe. Or
Scottish, yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't want to. He's a foreign speaker. I don't want to.
There's one the Amazon Prime listens to. He's Italian, real strong Italian accent.
Ooh. Is he history?
He's an MMA fighter and he does history. Belliucci or something like that.
Never heard of it.
Because talking like he's right here. And she listens to it. She loves him. And she's like, I don't even hear the accent no more.
My gosh. Poser.
Poser. Perfect. Yeah.
Poser.
I think she's back finally.
Yeah, that's what the dogs were barking.
Yeah, probably.
Middle of my story. Rude. Interrupting me.
For real. Something I was going to talk about. Not talk about, but bring up.
Well, while you think on that, what'd you think about that William Cooper video I showed you? I forwarded you. Oh, Bill Cooper.
I started listening to it, and I was like, he started talking about some stuff, like he's like, the Freemasons are a cult. They don't believe in God and Luciferianism and all this. And I was like, that's not true. I'm a Freemason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God is the central point of Freemason. I still am a Freemason, but I don't pay the dues. So does that not make me a Freemason?
Do you go to the meetings?
Nope.
Okay.
Still a Freemason.
Oh, okay.
Do you know all the Constitution? Are you an American citizen?
I am.
That's right.
I'm
a Freemason. I did my 3 tiers. I haven't told no secrets.
And Bill Cooper talks about you would stay there.
What do you mean stay there?
He says they get you about to the 3rd or 4th tier, and then unless they handpick you to get you going.
That's not true. I didn't want to go higher because I don't want to pay no more. Scottish Rite and like the Shriners, that's Mooney. There's the York Rite. I thought about doing Scottish Rite. It sounds cool. 32 degrees. You get invited to the 33rd degree. Anyway.
All these secret societies. Boy.
It's not really a secret society. It's fraternity.
Okay.
Or maybe I never got high enough to hear the secrets. But anyway.
Yeah. You weren't loyal enough. That's why you don't pay your dues, sucker.
Well, it just did not what I thought it was. They talked all this game, and maybe it's that lodge. My lodge was just like, I was like, this is it.
So they're putting you through a test, and you ain't loyal.
Oh, maybe. Well, I started getting poor, man. And I couldn't afford the dues. I got to pay my PBA. I got to pay so many things, and then like that was something, and I was like, I just can't afford it. So next year,
Pro Bowlers Association,
Police Benevolent Association.
Oh.
It's if I get in trouble, they got lawyers for me. It's insurance for police.
Oh, and you have to do that?
You don't have to, but it'd be stupid not to have that. I could tell you a story when I retire about that. So anyway, so he started talking about that, and I was going, okay, God doesn't know what he's talking about. But this is back in the 90s. That clip was from 96?
Yeah, 96.
96.
Well, he'd been dead since 2001.
Yeah. He predicted 9/11, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He went on Good Morning America,
and
everybody was laughing at him.
Because he mentioned that he is civilian intelligence, and he knows things that people shouldn't know.
Yep.
He talked about that. And for a second, I was like, he's a braggart. Okay, great. But he was setting the scene up for what he thought.
Yeah.
And he talks about, fire in Prometheus with Satan and all this stuff. And I got to turn this off. They're going to text me all night. And then I was like, okay, this guy's just talking. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
He started talking about, communicating. He says we need people to get their own newspaper, freedom of press, start your own radio channel and start your own magazine, newspaper. And I was like, well, that's so old. I was like, well, we do podcasts to get our story out, but we don't really have an agenda. I don't think we have an agenda.
No.
We just talk. We don't even believe what we talk half the time. Like as far as conspiracies and all this stuff.
Oh, I'm 100% on like conspiracies. That's fact.
I like the stories. And then he started talking about the fact about broadcasting and the Illuminati, and this is what they're planning to do, and they'll do this, and I was like, and it got my attention. Then I'm like, okay. I kind of believed a little bit of lines of that right there, stuff he was saying, and then he mentioned the fact that some stuff he says will get him killed and all that, and I'm like,
it happened.
And then it happened. I don't know.
5 years later,
I don't know the details of what happened.
Well, he called it out. He said the IRS is going to come get me, and everybody kind of laughed, and that's what literally happened. 19 IRS agents gunned him down in his home.
Was he a threat to him?
Nope.
Is it kind of like how the Waco thing was, where the ATF just assaulted, shot, and people were like, "Oh, they had a." I don't know.
As far as I know, that he was being investigated for tax evasion or something like that. But then 19 IRS agents showed up at his house, and within 30 minutes later, he was shot more than like 30 times.
I wonder if he fought back. Who knows?
Well, why are IRS agents back in 2001 carrying guns?
Well, they're a federal agent, and there's law enforcement side to the IRS.
Yeah, but they don't show up 19 deep.
No. Well, I take it back. Yeah, if they're going to seize assets, they show up with moving vans and a bunch of dudes and take your stuff. Happened to Willie Nelson. They showed up. Willie Nelson took his damn dogs. They took everything.
Willie Nelson outsmoked Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg talking about he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Cat Williams says he outsmokes everybody. Cat Williams is another whole thing.
Okay.
I like Cat Williams, but
I like him too, but sometimes he's
like
weird.
Yeah, I'm like, just answer the question, bro.
Yeah.
Why you gotta go this whole long tangent?
Yeah, but that's about all I know about him. So I've been trying to watch his videos just to see.
I listened to a little bit of it. It was a little preachy, a little. Some of it I was like, that's not true, and then some of it I was like, that makes sense. Nothing revolutionary to me. I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah,
well, he wrote. In the very end, did you watch any of the video? At the very end,
watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, at the very end, it showed that person holding the book. Behold a Pale Horse.
Yeah.
He wrote that back in like the 80s, and he was talking about how they're going to start feeding kids psychedelic or mind-altering drugs so that they would start shooting up schools. And what happened in 2000? Columbine.
That's the thing, man.
And then ever since that,
Columbine happened in the 90s, or
I think it was 2000 or maybe 1999, somewhere around, because I was like sophomore, junior when it happened. But yeah, that happened. And then ever since then, it's been school shootings by what? 14-year-olds, 17-year-olds. How do 17-year-old and 14-year-olds get a cache of weapons with all of them bullets and all?
From their parents, maybe?
I mean, possibly.
Last one I remember pay attention to, he shot his mom at the range and then got her AR. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
So many of them now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, a parent may have some guns, but they're talking about like trunk fulls of just guns. Because the real scare was we got to get rid of automatic or assault rifles.
Yeah.
But most of the school shootings are done by handguns, so it's like
that one school shooting. They was talking about an assault rifle, and he never shot his assault rifle. He just used his handgun.
That was Sandy Hook.
Is that Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
Well,
he had rifles in his trunk, but he never. He just
used just a pistol. And I remember Sandy Hook because AR magazines, AR parts, ARs were impossible to get.
Yep.
Obama was the best seller of that stuff.
Let's get rid of 30. Why do we need 30 round magazines?
Because
I'll tell you this:
I want a 60-round magazine if I can have it.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing about the Second Amendment, because people always talk about hunting, and I may say this plenty of times, but the Second Amendment is not about protecting your right to hunt. The Second Amendment is there to protect the First.
Yeah, and against government tyranny.
Yep.
And invasions and stuff like that.
It says in our Constitution, we as the people have the right, if our government becomes tyrannical,
yep.
then it's our duty as an American city to go after them and take them down. And that's why the Second Amendment.
We won't do it because we've all been, the greatest generation's gone or going, and we've all been medicated and taxed and used to the new ways. And
manipulated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fat and overweight from eating food.
Yeah.
And
it's been poisoned.
And so it's perfect. They're like, yeah, they ain't going to do nothing.
And that's what Bill Cooper was talking about.
Oh, was he?
The elites, they learn the secret how to control the masses. And that's what we're all done. As long as we got our Super Bowls and our NBA and our Netflix, we're just going to stay.
VMA Awards.
We're just going to stay
Oscars.
Content. And,
did you see Will Smith slap a comedian?
It's like, yeah, as long as we do that. But yet here they are passing 3,000-page bills, and then all of our tax money's going to crazy things.
Here's another thing. Here's something I've been thinking about, right? Like talking about, because Doge and all that stuff, and I remember talking about this before. Tesla came around, and it was climate change. Liberals love Tesla.
Yep.
I had a Tesla YouTube channel that was successful. It was making money. And I couldn't talk about right-wing stuff like we do now because we had a Tesla audience that was liberal, right?
Yeah.
So I'd alienate the audience, and I was like, well, this channel's paying the bills. And then coincide at the same time, Trump is loved by the community. He gets awards. He stands beside Jesse Jackson, Rosa Parks, Al Sharpton. They love him.
Yeah.
He runs as president as Republican. Racist. Fascist. Yeah. Tesla, it's all about the environment.
Because it's the elite's agenda to keep us divided.
It's all about the environment, green.
Yeah.
It doesn't use that carbon footprint. Now they're tearing up Teslas because he's out here saving you trillions of dollars because he's aligned with Trump. And it's like, so it wasn't about the environment at all to begin with. So the left is all BS.
Yeah.
How come when you go get when you go get a sex assignment surgery, it's only 2 genders?
Yeah, that's right.
And LGBTQ, bi is in it. That means bi, male, female.
Yeah.
It's so full of crap. They're so
gay
full
and lesbian
of
too.
crap. Yeah.
Just
they're so full of crap. They're so full of crap.
Yeah.
So full of crap. The environment's the most important thing. Oh, he's a Nazi.
Well, the way I look at it is they try to be so inclusive that it literally falls in on itself.
They're being so inclusive, the weak is in power.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll listen to the weak's voice.
Yeah.
They don't need to be alienated. Yeah, they don't need to be alienated, but they're weak for a reason.
Yeah.
The masses need the strength in order to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, and Canada's tariffs are going to stick together. Yeah,
that's
Canada.
Socialist now, man.
Well, what happened when Canada was under lockdown? What happened with all those truck drivers protested? They didn't stick together then.
Nope.
They seized their bank accounts.
Yeah.
They were calling the law enforcement on each other, but for not going to the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Trump's like, no, we need to be equal. Tariffs on us are higher than ours on you, and you're complaining.
Yeah.
And then like even my own family, some of my own family are like anti-Trump, anti-Elon. I'm like, listen, I know as people, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a narcissist asshole. But what he's doing
His policies work.
a good thing.
His policies work.
How can you be mad at it? And it's like, well, he's doing it illegally, talking about Elon now. And I'm like, no. He's an appointed government official who has that power. He's not doing it legally. Yeah. He's doing it legally.
He's doing it legally. He's not doing it
illegally. I always say it. When I say it, I say it weird, backwards. I don't know. Illegally.
Well, the whole thing is like everybody knows our government is in debt. Trillions of dollars in debt.
And we never did anything about it. Look, well, I guess we'll just keep going up.
But who would you want to appoint to fix that? A self-made billionaire?
He's lost money.
With a guy that he appointed that's also a self-made people that understand business and how money works. Okay. That's what I'd rather do rather than have a person get in there that gets elected that its net worth is $200,000, and then 3 years later they're multimillionaires, but they're in a government job.
I saw a video of this guy. I think I can almost remember the stats. Ronald Reagan went into the White House with $14 million. $10 million, sorry, $10 million.
Yeah.
He was a movie star.
Yep, movie star.
He came out of the White House with $17 million.
Yeah.
George Bush went in with $1 million, came out with like 20 million maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton went in with 1.1 million. He came out with $219 million.
Well, he also has that foundation, the Clinton Foundation. Yeah.
Corrupt Clinton Foundation.
Yeah. Oh, we're sending that money off.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, here's my
George Bush went into the White House. George Bush W. I can't remember his stat exactly. He went in
poor-ish.
Well, he came in at 1.1 and came out like 10 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. Obama came in with 1 point something million and came out with 70 million. Trump went in 3 point something billion and came out with 2 billion.
Yeah.
It's like,
but he's a bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Dude, you can rabble rouse. The cure for cancer, Donald Trump found the cure for cancer. Pro-cancer. You know, it's just like,
yeah.
I'm so sick of it. And I want to wear a red hat out and about. I want to wear a Trump shirt because I think he's hilarious. But I dare not because it's too much drama.
It's too many crazy people out there.
That's exactly it. And they don't have the guardrails. They don't know where they're overstepping a line. There's a line that men have. We don't go out in public. I told you a story about yesterday. This guy's up there yelling and screaming up there where I work. And it's just a bunch of people walking around like this right here, heads down. And he's like just yelling and screaming, really aggressive, just deep voice. I told him, just talking to himself. I told him I saw him on the paper. Just yelling, screaming, and I just noticed that people are just like, don't make eye contact, just let them. And it's just so weird how it's just people, and because people don't tote the line no more.
Nope.
I told him to shut up. Of course, I was pretty far away from him.
Yeah.
I was like, shut the fuck up. He was like, man. He started yelling louder, and I started laughing at him. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I get in people's bubbles for a living, so I don't give a crap. But people don't understand the line. People need to get punched in the face more, maybe? Is that it?
Or capital punishment.
Whoa. I don't know about that.
That's capital punishment.
No. Well, there's just one dude that had a Trump shirt on in a coffee shop, and he's sitting there recording himself, and this one behind him is just tearing him a new and calling him a fascist and a piece of crap, and he's just like, lady.
That's funny.
What the
how that woman that is so democracy is sitting there calling somebody else a fascist. Ain't that weird?
It's just crazy. They think they can act like that in public, and that's fine. Yeah. And I'm sick of it. I think if you can't, you got First Amendment, but you can watch your mouth.
Yeah,
I don't go out disrespecting people because of their views. The black Israelites on the street corner talking about Whitey and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny to me.
It don't bother me a bit.
I like being called honky. It's pretty funny.
Oh, man, they cuss you out. I was in D.C. years ago, and I was sitting there just like this right here going.
Like the kid with the dude beating a drum in his face.
Yeah, he started smirking.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, and then my buddies were all like, come on, man. I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And they're just cussing me out, bro.
They got that right.
Exactly. And I don't care. Oh, that kid with the drum. You see the full video of that clip?
Yeah, I believe so, but that happened so long ago.
But the video was him there smirking at that Native American beating a drum in his face, right? And they're like, oh, that kid's racist. That kid is racist. He's a MAGA punk.
Yeah, but that dude, didn't the Indian dude come to that kid?
Exactly.
And was doing it because the kid had a MAGA hat on or something?
And as a 16-year-old boy, I'd start smirking too.
Yeah.
Well, the whole video came out. That boy sued all these news networks and won. Yeah. Kind of like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. Good. That was character, was that?
Defamation, a character assassination kind of.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse is another whole thing. Look, he should have kept his ass at home.
Yeah.
But legally, he was legally there.
Yeah.
He legally defended himself.
Yeah.
Now, should he just stayed at home instead of getting out there in that mess?
Probably smarter.
Yeah.
At 17, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He was legally there.
Yeah.
And so he legally defended himself. So that's the end of that conversation.
Yeah.
That's it. Sorry. Sorry that he likes guns. He actually, there's video of him with med kit out here helping people.
Yeah.
But he had an AR on him because that's his legal right.
Yeah.
And
well, he was also in an area that people were looting and rioting. So, of course, you're going to have something to defend yourself with. And it just so happened.
They demonized him.
They were chasing him down. Grown men were chasing down a 17-year-old.
Had a skateboard rated. You ever been hit in the head with a skateboard?
Well, it's enough to kill you. If that
wheel that
or the truck hits you, dude, that's metal and it's sharp edges. Yeah, it'll split your head wide open.
He got pink misted. So it's all right. Yeah. But they demonized that poor boy. Yeah. And I'm like, no, he's right. I had arguments with family members. I was like, no, he's right.
Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't have been. You're right, but he didn't have to not be out there. Yeah. But you know what? He could be out there. That was his legal right.
Yeah.
And he could stand there with a gun. That's his legal right.
Yeah.
I tell you what's not legal right, come chase this boy down and when he's on the ground start hitting him with a skateboard. That's not legal.
Nope.
It's legal for that dude to have a skateboard. It's legal for that man to be out there in that protest. It's illegal for that man to protest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I miss decency. I wish this world had decency again.
Or the respect.
Respect and decency. It's simple. It's so simple.
Yeah.
I try to teach my kids it, but it's tough because the world doesn't teach it. Get yours before I get mine.
Yeah.
I tell them, say thank you to even machines. Talk about last podcast.
Yeah.
I make sure that they understand. I say thank you and yes, ma'am, no, sir. I make sure they understand that if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall for all this softening of the language and this manipulation of what your perspective is.
Or changing definitions.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing to do. Changing definition.
And that's another thing we talked about a million times. It's all they got to do is change your definition.
Yeah.
The cartel and the gangs, MS-13 and SIR-13, all of them, right? Okay, they're Hispanic gangs, right?
Yeah.
So you set the gang task force against them. Civilian police task force against MS-13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement's attacking them. So what happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
They changed their name to a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
And now they have special forces going after them.
Yeah.
That's all they got to do with any of us.
Yeah.
This podcast could be labeled as whatever.
Well, misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. And it's like, it's more of opinion.
Yeah.
And trust
satire.
me, we have a lot of misinformation in this.
Yeah.
But you're an adult, so you have to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's my right
my
to
opinions.
just talk.
Yeah. I have a freedom of speech. I'll tell you my goofy little ideas. And if you want to agree and laugh,
And
welcome.
How easy is it physically, step by step, to not listen to us?
Just hit a back button.
Oh, man. And what is it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't like them. I don't like Doge. I don't like Trump. I like gun control. And these guys here are talking about it.
What? That's what I don't get about people who don't like Doge. Why do you not like the fact that somebody's going in and finding out where our tax money's going? Well, that's what it is. But then they're finding out that it's going to like stupid things. You're getting taxed every year and you're complaining that you're getting overtaxed. But then when you find out where your money is, it's not that you're mad at. It's the fact that somebody gets to go in there and find it.
Because they're the only thing I can think of, because if you're upset about somebody finding your stolen money,
yeah,
then it's a personal vendetta against the person. That's it.
Yeah.
Jesus, we'll talk about him a little bit.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Helping people.
Yeah.
Changing the system. Love and help.
Well, against Pharisees, he was madman.
Exactly.
Because he literally went into churches and was flipping tables over.
Yeah, you're all corrupt.
Yeah, and told them they were
brood
vipers.
And the people were like, yay, when he got crucified. And you're like, he's doing good things.
Yep.
How can you be mad at him? Because we can't step away from our teams.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's
My
stupid.
team is leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's my team.
Yeah, you're the porcupine party, libertarian.
Yeah, baby. Don't tread on me.
Like all this money they're finding, I want it back.
Yeah.
And they're talking about giving $5,000. No. Get all the stuff that was bought illegally, liquidate it, and give it back to us.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not going to be happy. Get rid of this damn property tax.
How about Ukraine? Give us back our...
Give her back our couple $2 billion.
Billions.
Yeah. Talk peace with Russia. Apparently, Russia was going to have a very reasonable terms. And they said, no. And technically, I'm not a Russian sympathist. I don't sympathize with Russia. But they're right. NATO is encroaching.
Yep. I wish we'd get out of NATO, bro.
Well, I think we are with Trump. He's like, nah.
Yeah, we don't need NATO. NATO was formed to stop communist Russia. Well, technically, Russia's not communist anymore. You can
China is.
You can argue that Putin is or not. It doesn't matter. But technically, on a legal document, they're not. So therefore, why the flip is NATO still around?
And we're the ones that are violating the treaty.
Yeah.
And then Putin's
Bill Clinton was going to get Putin into NATO, but then all of a sudden, like come down to the wire, all of a sudden Bill Clinton gets a phone call, and now, no, Putin's an enemy. He can't be in it. Why?
Oh, because he got that phone call from the puppet master, the GBG.
Yeah. Why?
Bill, hey, how you doing?
Because just like Mr. Cooper was talking, you've got to have an enemy. The United States has to have an enemy. You know, at the end of World War II, Stalin, Churchill, and Roosevelt were all buddies. And then next thing you know, Stalin was out.
Yeah, that's true. Bad guy.
Stalin was the bad guy, even though we fought with them in World War II.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I think I said that right.
Yeah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. The thing is, we're a smart enough species to solve these problems without killing. We don't, because that's our nature. And God doesn't run the planet. He owns the planet, but doesn't run it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that guy said, too.
Yeah. Oh, the devil's the governor of the planet as of right now.
Yeah. And, and it's like...
That's why he tempted Jesus with it. Just bow and worship me, and I'll give you all what you see.
I've already got it.
Yeah.
What? You can't give me nothing. He saw past all the bullcrap.
Yeah. As my brother always says, there's plenty of people up in Washington or even in like New York and all that to get asked that question, and they do bow the knee.
I watched a video of a bunch of music artists before and after selling their soul, and it's very convincing.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Smith.
They're all doing the horns. They're all literally dressing up like Satan.
Flames and yeah. It's like
everybody.
And
Eminem, all of them.
Humiliation rituals that some people have to go through.
Wearing a man wearing a dress on film.
Yeah.
Or TV shows.
And you sit there to think to yourself, you're like, speaking of look like a duck, quack like a duck. You think to yourself, okay, is this really going on? It's just a coincidence. But if you keep seeing it, and you keep seeing these patterns, because we're pattern machines.
Yeah.
You keep seeing these patterns, and then you go, nah, that's crazy. I'm not crazy. Then you're stupid, man. At least you got to open your mind up and go, is that a possibility?
Well, I saw a video, a little short thing where a guy was talking about at Saturday Night Live this past Saturday, did like two other cast members dressed up like demons, and then the other people were like in red cloaks, and they had a cup, and they were drinking like blood and all that. And the demons were saying a certain name. I forgot the names, but it was a certain. And so the guy that was making the video looked up that name, and it's literally a name of a demon that wants like child sacrifice and stuff. And that's on Saturday Night Live, a comedy skit show. They were literally talking about demons.
How's that funny?
Exactly. And they were like drinking a little fake blood cup. It was like,
that's weird.
Why?
Why now? Unless they've always done it.
Well, no, I don't think they've ever done a skit like that.
I don't think so either. Like, what isn't it? Baal? Is he the one that likes children's sacrifices?
Well, yeah. Well, technically, Baal in the Old Testament was basically like Satan, because Satan has a lot of names, just like God. But Baal was more about. They're technically every demon is for child sacrifice,
which we still do to this day.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah,
we do. Sorry, we do.
One way or the other, but because the whole identity of killing a child is because a baby or a child is very innocent, and that's the most slap in the face to God that they could do, is because they're killing the most purest and innocent.
Have you ever seen that undercover reporter going to an abortion convention?
Who, Crowder? He did it like a while back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Steven Crowder.
But he started talking to two doctors that were head of Planned Parenthood or something, and they were just having a ball and talking about selling stuff and like.
But then they couldn't. But then they didn't just accept that in court because it was secret or something.
Well, I didn't hear that part. But I know that their video of them just laughing and talking about how much money they make.
Actual listing an actual price for how much they got.
Yes, there's a list.
There's a list of how much money.
And then one of the doctors, I think an Asian lady, was talking about the fact that how you can manipulate the words to still kill the baby. Like you don't pull it all the way out so it's not full born. And it's just like, what? Yeah. How can I don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's beyond my comprehension to be that evil and cruel.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't care. That's nothing. I don't give a shit about the human species.
I do.
I don't care. The things we do, I'm the whole George Carlin way of thinking. Humans individually are awesome. Individually, each one of us, I love and cherish them individually. But when they get in a group, they start clotting together, I got nothing to do with them no more. Yeah. And it's just, that doctor sitting there talking about that, I was just like, what? Yeah. And just so cavalier about it, joking, talking about the prices they can get, and go, if you don't do it this way, you can get this much money for it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, I'd have said, I'm undercover,
Yeah.
But we are capable of great things, and we are capable of horrible things.
Oh, yeah.
But the majority of us are just mediocre.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to pay my taxes.
As long as we watch Super Bowl, has Netflix.
I've noticed with you've talked about this a couple of times now, like college football was your jam.
Yeah.
You keep up with it still, or you're not so passionate about it no more?
I'm not so passionate about it, but it's not because of, it's like, I know it's the circus, but I don't know, ever since they came out with this NLT.
Everybody's bitching about it. I heard it on radio.
And everybody's all these college players getting paid. There's even high school kids getting paid millions of dollars before they are even committing to colleges.
They're laughing because they're like, just take away the student part of student athlete.
Yeah.
Just call them athletes now. Student athlete, there's no point. They're getting paid. They're not a student. Not
only were they getting scholarships for a free education and like a lot of stuff covered, food and board and all that, not only do they have to have that, now they have to have legitimate millions of, because when I grew up, it was like you busted your tail through high school, you busted your tail through college, and then if you busted your tail hard enough and you got good enough to NFL, that's when you made your millions in the NFL.
Well, if you made your millions in college, then you're going to have a subpar product coming to the NFL.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Well, what if you're a scout and you're like, all right, this high school kid, he looks really, really, really good. Let's give him $3 million to commit to our school. Okay. Yeah. $3 million to him. All right. Now he comes to your school. What if the very first play he plays, career-ending injury?
They have a contract with my $3 million. Unless the contract says, in case you get injured, you'll get maybe one.
Yeah. Well, that's $1 million. That's still $1 million losing. Yeah. That's still $1 million.
If that doesn't make you mad,
yeah.
But Doge makes you mad,
yeah.
Then I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think a freshly out of high school kid has even though he could have parents and all this and that and advisors, you're still giving that much power to that kid. They're kids.
We never did an intro.
Well, you can edit that in.
Yeah. Anyway, they're kids. They're children.
Literally kids.
Look at all these child stars that just got.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber will never be right. He was a millionaire, having any woman he wanted, and I think he probably got diddled.
Yeah, at 12 years old.
Yeah, but he ain't right. The only one I ever seen child star come through it decent, Drew Barrymore, but she went through her problems too.
Oh, dude, she was a cokehead when she was doing E.T.
But she seems like she's fine now. Yeah, at a young age. It seems like she's doing fine now. Look at Corey Feldman. He is effed up.
Oh, man. Oh, people saying he's all scamming everybody.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
But he's been talking about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what he's saying is true.
He's talking about way before it hit public, how Hollywood's been.
Yeah, well, that's all true part, but I'm talking about his, like, going out on stage and him literally being Michael Jackson, but then calling himself the best. And it's like, dude, people come to your concert to laugh at you.
He's horrible. He's horrible.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's doing it. He's got balls.
Yeah.
He's Donatello's voice too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got more money than me, so good for you. But still, I'm not the one getting out there getting laughed at.
But also, he was probably very mistreated as a young child.
Yeah.
So this is probably trauma coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible.
Yeah, dude, I tried to watch like a 10-minute clip.
It's like Steven Seagal. Oh, man. Sensei Seagal.
Oh.
I cringe.
Bullshito.
We ain't talked about Sensei Seagal in a long time.
Like, yeah. Well, because Seagal is a master of Aikido. And it's like Aikido technically is a real
It's
a real martial arts, and he's a real master at it. Like Joe Rogan says, he's a real master at it. But
didn't he have a dojo in Japan?
Yeah,
like
he was
the first ones?
He was the first Westerner white man to ever run a dojo in Japan teaching Aikido.
Hey, props.
Because he married the daughter of the master of that.
That's why, not because of his own merits?
Well, I mean, he could have had merits because, again, he is a true, legitimate master of it.
Stephen K. Hayes is the only white ninja.
But if you have, if Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the top of the best fighting style you have, Aikido's you got Muay Thai above it. You got Taekwondo, which is just slightly above it. Cause
now, what I've heard about Aikido, it was to protect yourself unarmed against sword attacks.
It was basically against
is that right?
Yeah, villagers and farmers against an army that's coming through that just wants to take their crops and stuff.
I think if you learned Aikido, that's good. But if you think Aikido is the end-all be-all, you're incorrect.
No. Again, in the stages of, you got all this other stuff.
Aikido, right?
Aikido's
okay, Aikido.
Yeah, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the top. Everybody says mixed martial arts and all that, UFC. It's Jiu-Jitsu is the best because it teaches you how to take down somebody, because 99% of fights are on the ground.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is you start engaging on one dude, and then his boys are like,
oh, yeah.
So I like standing up, but I'm not an expert.
But again, it doesn't matter how good. I mean, it only works in movies where one guy takes 20 dudes out. Yeah. In real life, if you're one dude against 4 guys, them 4 guys are going to win every single time.
It's a matter of mass and
Yeah, because while you're blocking this dude and this dude, you got 2 other dudes punching at you and
choking you.
And then once you hit the ground and they all start stomping, dude, you can't defend it. Where Jiu-Jitsu is, you'll able to at least take one guy down with you while you're still getting stomped. I mean,
So now it's only 3 guys stomping instead of 4.
Instead of 4.
Good for you, Jiu-Jitsu.
But yeah,
I don't like Jiu-Jitsu. It's kind of gay for me.
My brother wants to get me in it.
It's too gay for me. I don't want. I get it that it's good.
I don't like rolling around and touching somebody I don't know. But he's like, that's part of the community. And I'm like,
dude, fucking ringworm and shit.
I don't want to touch strangers, man.
I don't either.
I don't even.
I just want to touch them right there.
Yeah.
Boxing. A good boxer's bad.
Oh, yeah. Boxer's good. And you maybe learn a little bit of kicks so you can keep distance if you start getting overwhelmed.
They start to shoot you, throw a knee up in their damn face. I don't know.
Kick their face and they're like, bloom. Kick the gun around to them and they pull the trigger and they hit themselves.
I like that gun fu. That's what I'm pretty good at. I'm decent at it.
Gun katas.
I wish I was better.
Equilibrium. With Christian Bale.
That was such a wild movie.
That was a good movie.
It was fun to watch. I was like, wow, that's crazy looking. It's like watching an old school kung fu flick.
Can't have emotions. Or the government will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about fascism.
Huh?
Yeah. But he just
they're flipping around, rolling around. I was like, this is cool. But
yeah. It is a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Older movie now, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was one of Christian Bale's, one of his newer movies.
Yeah, I think so.
Before he became,
big.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I lost all respect for him at the Terminator thing where he yelled at that guy. I was like, calm down.
Well, that was Cat Williams, too. He slapped somebody, cashier in Target one year.
A cashier in Target? What for?
Oh, no. Something about he was in there and all these people started bombarding him.
Bitch, don't you talk about me right now, I'll slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, he's buying something or something like that, and next thing you know, he's hauling off and smacking a cashier.
He has an all-women security guard force. You know that?
Okay.
He does. He has no men. Wow. He has 4 women that are his bodyguards.
And I'll take all 4 of them out to get to him. Well, he's small like them, too, so.
Yeah.
They better all be having guns. That's the only thing that's going to stop me. They ain't going to jiu-jitsu me. Boy, I'll snap a woman's leg. Easy.
I'll put it around my shoulders, and I'll do this move right
here. All you got to do is reach out and do that, and then they'll be stunned, and then you just...
I'll falcon punch them.
Yeah.
Right in that.
Just go in and... and they're like, how dare you...
I box punch.
And then they out.
Yeah, I'm like a pro box puncher. You know what I mean?
Just do that.
Uppercut.
All four of them.
Like my man right here, grabbing him by the meow, meow, meow.
Snapping legs.
Oh yeah, I grab that and like
punching
twist it, kind of like that. Yeah, what I'll do is
there's got to be a beef curtain for that.
Yeah, I will. I'll grab it and I start twisting like a booger. She'd be screaming. I'd be like, it's horrible.
Just pull out that little.
Sorry,
Billy
little
club.
girl, you can't listen to this part either.
Be pulling out the Billy Club, popping them in the head.
Oh yeah,
popping you in the head while you're like,
I'm grabbing and just twisting like a booger,
rolling it up,
and then
drying
like
it
this
out
right here,
before you
time.
flick it. Well, after you're done, you just flick that
flick
booger.
it. Yeah,
flick that booger
it's
away.
all swollen, and she's like, and I'm like,
I can't believe he's got women bodyguards, man.
Can't what?
I can't believe he's got women bodyguards.
All women bodyguards. Cat Williams got women bodyguards.
I heard on a interview he was giving somebody, but he talking about he was able to buy a quarter of a military base that they quit being a
yeah, he did,
and now he's made it a movie studio,
Yeah,
and
good
he's
for him.
doing his own stuff.
He can't stand Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry just
I
like
ain't never watched any of his movies.
I watched it one night while I was sitting on a guy at the hospital. I just watched Medea, and I'm sitting there going,
Was it good?
no. It's like
he's made 20 of them.
When you watch British television, when I watch British television,
certain of it.
I'm like,
well, their humor's just so dry.
It's goofy and dry.
Yeah, but sometimes
when I watch Medea, I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not even funny. It's not even funny.
Andrew Schultz talks about what's he call it? Something like white guy fun. He's telling Charlemagne and them because y'all are cool. Y'all have like white guy fun, and they're like, white guy fun is where we talk to each other like, hey, what's up, queer bait, and and just white guy fun. We just talk trash like that, and I guess that's our stupid humor, farts and like who I think is funny when I watch. Will Ferrell to me is funny. I think Will Ferrell's funny.
I think he used to be funny. All this newer stuff,
he's doing different stuff, I guess. He's probably on that damn Epstein list too as well, I hear.
Yeah, probably. For him to have power and fame, most likely.
I don't know. I mean, Chris Tucker says he took a flight. He said he didn't went to the damn island, but the guy had a flight and was going in the same direction. He hopped on.
He's on the log.
He's on the log. And he's like, I had nothing to do with that. He said, the guy had a flight. I took it. Wow. I'm like, that's reasonable. Like Trump was friends with him, and then something happened. Trump's like, before everything broke out, he was like, nah. So he knew something, or something was up.
Yeah, but
this is back way before he was president.
But Trump can't do nothing against him now because the dude's dead.
Oh, he DRT.
Yeah.
There's this guy that came out recently stating that he saw the video and he actually did kill himself. And then it's like,
well, I thought all the cameras
you're a liar.
were gone.
Yeah, you're a liar because all the cameras are gone.
All the cameras have a malfunction at that one little moment and then pop right back on, all of them.
Whoops.
Right back on about 12 minutes later. That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the video. Well, it's also like the video of the Pentagon getting hit. Never.
With a plane?
A plane?
Yeah, and they never found a centrifuge.
And the damage is not consistent with wings.
Yeah.
I've heard all that. I don't know the facts. It's so easy to manipulate things. I saw a video. God, I'm all over the place, Dave. I saw a video today. I was going to send you this.
That's what we do.
We're ADD podcasting.
ADD.
I saw a video of Tower 7.
Just falling? Free falling?
Flashes. Go.
Oh,
and then it falls.
Almost like detonations.
And I went...
That's weird because a plane never touched that one.
I looked at that, and that's where all the money was and the files were, right?
Huh.
I watched that and said, you can't trust anything, AI.
Do you know who was over the, let me see if I can get this right.
Clinton.
No, he was over the Twin Tower, or the towers in general, all of them. Over all like the maintenance and all the financial and all that. Do you know who was over all that?
Mm-mm.
George W. Bush's younger brother, that quit the day before 9/11.
Is that a fact?
And then Bush pardoned him.
W?
Yep.
Was it Jeb or his other brother?
His other brother.
Pardon for what? Just like a Biden pardon?
Fauci. Like what did Fauci get pardoned of?
Fauci didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
Remember?
But why did he get pardoned? And not only pardoned for idea, he's pardoned for decades of time period.
The thing is, I mentioned the fact that I think we're getting bamboozled, and I got my ass chewed out for it by friends and family. And I said, this does not make sense to me.
It don't make sense to me either.
But
it happens.
I got chewed out by my friends and family reference. Because we were all scared to death. We were scared to death.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for falling for that.
Well,
but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Get arrested? That's what they're doing. Remember that one family that was on the beach? No, it was one guy on the beach. He went to the beach to sit there on the beach by himself. Cops won't arrest him because you're not allowed on the beach because of quarantine.
Huh.
And it's like, those kind of cops are the ones I don't like.
Yeah. Well, just like Dave Smith said, he's like, if you're ever at the point that you have to turn on the news or turn on and have the government tell you what you're allowed to do, that is
not democracy.
Total or totalitarianism. We're not in a free country.
Your business is going to close down. I'm going to lose my business. Your business is going to close down. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Walmart and stuff's still running. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a constitutional republic.
YouTube. I got dinged on one of my channels talking about it.
Yeah. You could say it now, I think.
I'm still not going to, but everybody else talks about it.
I still listen.
We pulled up a file of a court hearing
and read it,
and
got dinged.
But Jimmy Fallon got on and made jokes about it and talked about it, and they didn't ding him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know where I stand now with this system.
Yeah.
I'm not paying YouTube enough money to talk about
it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you're not.
I didn't making enough ad revenue for them, so where I could talk loosely about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of us are, man. Push back, look for one of them son of bitches all day.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
There's another one there.
Right on that junk drawer or
what?
Junk desk that you got here,
bro. That's.
I know it's a work in progress. Just stay with us, people. We working on it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a new setting here. Maybe next one.
Well, let's do that on like the 100th episode. When we change the music, then we'll have a new location.
I don't know. Well, maybe.
Dude, might take you that long.
This will be 60.
I thought it was 59.
59 was last week.
Oh, 60.
I believe 60. I believe this is 60. Yeah.
Well, check it out.
60 in the house.
We gotta talk about lighter stuff. Today's episode has been kind of down and out and like frustration.
The government and us don't have a good relationship.
No.
We need to have an opposite day episode.
Well, we already had that.
We talk everything's good, great.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not even in sarcasm, like talking good.
Yeah, we need to start talking good and great right now. Get the people's spirits up.
Because no matter what, this still is awesome country.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
I think we got our balls back.
Yeah. Slowly.
We're slowly getting it. I'm sick of.
Well, we got the El Dictator in there now. He's putting a smackdown on all these people.
You know what? He's like, I got 4 years. I can't run again. I'm gonna do what I think's right.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna make people happy.
Nope. That's why the stock market's crashing, because the plan is for this next year we're still going to be hurting, but eventually it'll reset, and then once the deficit starts going down, that's when our life will improve. But I think he's doing it on purpose because he's a businessman, and he's fixing a failing business. So
people don't want to hear that.
Nope.
Trump bad. It's like, shut up.
Yep.
Grow up.
Yep.
I understand times are tough, and they're not going to get better for a little bit.
Yeah.
But for my kids' sake, I think it'll get, of course, until the pendulum swings back and you get Kamala Harris in there again or AOC in there.
Gravy, bro.
You know, who's going to be the first female president? It'll probably be the worst possible candidate we can ever think of.
I heard something about AOC that she came out and admitted on tape.
Doesn't matter.
that her campaign manager was an illegal immigrant, and she was paying him $80,000 a year. Last time I checked, illegal immigrants don't pay taxes, and as a federal employee,
well, they can pay taxes because they were given out legal status as far as Social Security and taxes and all that stuff. I don't know.
Well, as far as I understand, that person didn't fill that form out. So,
thank you.
They didn't fill that form out.
You're a great bartender.
Yeah, but sit here and talk about.
Got fired from the hot dog hut, you dumb bitch.
Did she?
Yes.
Got fired from, but yet here she is making. Well, matter of fact,
her value went up big time.
She's multimillionaire.
Idiot.
And you know what? She's not passed one thing ever since she's been in Congress.
She tried to pass.
The new Green Deal.
Yeah, it was wild. It's like every house will have solar panels. It's like, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Every business will have them. I can't afford
that. And we're killing every cow because they fart.
Was that one of her deals?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Oh, and also, speaking of which, you're talking about back when you were talking about Tesla came out, all these left-leaning people like, yay, because it's electric and all this and that. Dude, I watched a video today about Al Gore back in like the late 90s, talking about, he showed a picture. He's like, this is Mount Kilimanjaro, and it had all the snow on top. And he was like, and here's a friend of mine, and he was like, this was 4 years ago. And so a friend of mine just recently went to Mount Kilimanjaro, and he took a picture of it. And he's a scientist studying the glaciers, and he showed a picture, and Mount Kilimanjaro had like significantly way less snow on it, right? And he was like, and in 5 years or even 20 years, we're going to have no more glaciers. There's no more snow that's ever going to come back on Mount Kilimanjaro. And then the guy that made the video flopped over a dude having in Kilimanjaro 2024, the whole mountain was so packed with snow, the video was him skiing down it. And it's like, dude, what the?
Well, the ozone layer.
How is he not held accountable all these years?
Misinformation.
Yeah.
Well, he went off what science. We talked about science. I'm a pro-science guy, right?
Yeah.
But I know that science is bullshit as well.
Yeah.
Because it goes out to the highest bidder.
Yeah. And the way the world works is stuff's always changing. So you can't have, unless it's the actual scientific laws of like physics and stuff, there's certain laws that are set. But you want to sit here and tell me the earth has been in flux with getting very hot, very cold, very hot for millennia. It's hot. It goes through waves. And we're just coming up to the wave where it's heating up.
I think that we can affect that. I do believe that we do affect it.
I don't think so.
To the degree that they're saying, I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Because if you look at America, just America alone, all of our population is mostly the edge near the water. You get out into the middle.
That's the world, yeah.
It's a little bit, it's compared to like, hundreds of thousands of people and millions, there's a couple million people that live like in Kansas, which is in the middle. But if you look at the size of Kansas and then the millions of people, it's like little polka dots. You get out to Nevada and all that.
You're saying there ain't enough of us to make a difference.
Yeah. And that's just America alone. Now, maybe over in China where the China's so big and then it's like basically the whole, even then it's mostly around the sea.
Yeah.
But you got great, vast lands of China that's not even populated. You can't tell me that people affect the climate that much where they're talking about, 5 years ago, it was CO, this is numbers off the top of my head, the CO level was 20, and in 5 years it increased to 70. Like, there's no flipping way. There's no flipping way. If you take a satellite picture from Google Earth and you start zooming into a certain spot, just look how much you have to zoom down to get to ground level, and we're like 6 foot off the, but yet the atmosphere goes up 50 miles and we're 6 foot tall.
Like 3 miles.
No, it's
not very high.
No, it takes a rocket going thousands of miles an hour, minutes.
No, 1,000 miles an hour. They don't go that fast. The atmosphere is as thick as the skin of an apple, as a comparison. It's very thin.
Okay, better yet, remember that dude that was on Red Bull? He jumped off of that little stabilized thing in the atmosphere. And he never used
the
a
highest
parachute.
Free dive.
Yeah, the highest free. It was said that the relevant, if you take where he was and relevant to our size of the earth, he was as high as a dime. If you put a dime against a globe, he was standing at the top of that dime, and that's how to the comparative how far he fell down.
That was pretty cool.
Now tell me, a dime. Dimes are very thin off of the You mean to tell me we have that much influence on CO, carbon and all that?
I think we do.
No. 70% of the world is water. People don't live in water.
I got you. But volcanoes do more carbon than we ever will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Taylor Swift on her personal jet.
I got to go kitchen get a Coke.
Yeah. Gets on a plane, flies over. Dude, she took a 7-minute flight to get from one side of L.A. to the other.
Oh, so Kobe did?
Dude.
Didn't work out for Kobe.
Because she didn't want to wait.
The traffic is horrible.
Well,
2 hours.
Well, regardless, she didn't want to wait that. So she got on a plane and flew to the other side of L.A.
Is she environmental? Like Greta?
Yeah.
Oh, is she?
Oh, yeah. She's all about getting that carbon dating down. Carbon footprint. Yeah, all that. She got to get that down. But yet she's the one taking the most flights. Al Gore, same thing.
Gretchen does the same thing. She has personal flights.
You know, Al Gore, he's the number one CO2 carbon footprint person. But yet he takes the most flights out of anybody.
It was that one green meeting they had, environmental meeting, where all the world leaders meet up.
Dude, they tore down. They demolished a part of a rainforest to build landing strips and parking lots for all the world leaders to come. You're that concerned about carbon footprint?
They could have done it with a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, exactly. But yet they're going to tear down what is saving us so that they can fly in on their personal jets.
Actually, we get most of our oxygen from the nanomites in the ocean. Algae, yeah. That crazy?
Yeah, I learned that from my 7th grade science teacher. I forgot his name.
Iceberg falls, crashes into the water, like all of a sudden there's an oxygen explosion.
Yeah, because algae.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Algae eats carbon dioxide just like a tree does. But it produces the most because it converts carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide faster to oxygen than what a tree does.
Tree does, yeah. And I was saying, and so when we start talking about things that seem absurd, when you're like, come on, guys, that's out there. You have to think. The reason why we think like this, and the reason why I think you should think like this, is because of so much wool that's over our eyes. That it is believable that 9/11 was planned. It is believable that hurricanes were created by HAARP, and stuff like that. And the wildfires in LA and all that is from laser weapons. Yeah. It is believable because there's so much that goes on that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
They would never give people LSD without their permission for experiment. Oh, they did.
Just trust the government and give up your guns.
Yeah, and the government would never run experiments or kill people for their sake of trying to whatever. They did. They will. They are still doing it.
Out of all the past stuff that like the CIA and all that, the experiments against the human body and all that they've ever ran. Number one person that they would do that to, or the class of people they would do that to, was mentally retarded people. They would get them up first and start practicing on them.
They have nobody that cares for them.
Yeah, exactly.
There should be whole sanatoriums full of them.
Yeah,
and just mistreated.
Yeah,
that's something about humans I don't understand why we do that. If you give us a little bit of power, all of a sudden we start mistreating people.
Yeah,
cops, jail staff, firefighters, politicians.
I understand jail staff because, dude, you're just in there doing your job, and then you got people throwing pee on you.
Well, there was experiment. You hear about that experiment? Harvard, maybe, or Yale. let's say, 20 students. I don't know the exact, but here's the gist of it. 20 students. 10 were prisoners and 10 were guards. The 10 guards start abusing the 10 student prisoners.
Oh, because in their brain they had power over them. Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa, stop the experiment. That's too much. They're stripping people, spraying them down, hitting with sticks.
Dang.
Yeah. It got wild.
They literally do an assault.
It really wild. Yeah. Yeah. It went wild.
Like, this is mock people.
There's this woman who's an artist, and for 2 to 6 hours, she let people do whatever they wanted to her.
I saw that.
Table had a knife, had paint, had a loaded gun.
Yeah.
And you could do anything you wanted to her.
It was a living art piece or whatever she called it.
Half of it was people wanted to shoot her, and the other half was like protecting her.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, that's crazy. It's like, well, we'll shoot her. Let's kill her. Let's rape her.
Yeah.
And the other half
I
was
think
like,
a couple people did were like fondling her and stuff.
And
she, in her
it's
art
the human
piece,
nature. Yeah.
Her art piece, she stood there and took it. But
that's psycho.
Yeah. But people doing that, though, that's what's psycho.
I'm a defender.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
No. I will violence you.
Yeah.
Because it's right. Yeah. Sorry. Oh,
I get it.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. If this girl, I'm like, okay, bitch, you're stupid, first of all.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Yeah. And then one dude's like, I'm going to shoot her with this gun. I'm like, I'm going to have to knock this dude out.
I think it started with somebody picked a knife up and just
cut her clothes
and gave her little gashes. Like literal gashes on her, and she didn't wince or nothing. And then eventually it worked up to where it escalated as people were grabbing that gun up.
People were like cutting her hair maybe or drawing on her.
Yeah, all this stuff. It escalated.
Yeah. And it's just like, you can't have civilization with animals.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of animals in civilization because this theme of this podcast is no one stepping up. Dave Chappelle has a great skit about being on a bus and a dude masturbating on the bus.
Oh, man.
He's like, so you guys sit here like this right here while the dude's doing it. He says, why don't we just have like chloroform? And be like, not today, just everybody step up and take care of business.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah. Well, 9/11, speaking of which, that plane and that crashed in that field, they stood up and said, nah, we're going to do something about this.
Uh-huh. The Pennsylvania.
The
flight that crashed in Pennsylvania.
It's so sad. It's been 24 years.
Yeah.
They didn't sit down and go, well, I guess we'll just.
Yeah.
They said, nah, we're going to do something about this.
Yeah.
Need more people like that. The thing is, if you do it, you get arrested for murder. You get arrested for assault, like that one guy.
Yeah, because that's the problem. That's why we have such a lax society. It's because laws have been made to where it punishes the good doers and it lifts up the evildoers.
Now, I'll say this. The laws are the laws are the laws, right? A person's dead and you killed him. Technically, that's murder. Okay, so you start getting mitigating factors. Self-defense, was he threatening other people with bodily injury or death? And then you have discretion. That was a political arrest. DA's office is like, arrest him because he killed somebody. You know the dynamic that I'm not even going to talk about that dynamic. That was that was handled wrong, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, you couldn't give him a key to the city. Could you do that? You couldn't do that. He killed a man.
Mm-hmm.
Could you put him in jail for murder? Was killing him too much?
Well, depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation. Well, that situation, I believe it was too much. Maybe he didn't mean to kill him, but the dude's dead. If he was just showing his ass on the train or tram or bus or subway or wherever, I can't remember the details.
Are you talking about the New York, the dude that strangled that dude?
Yeah.
I think that dude was literally assaulting people and like he was going after somebody and he jumped up and choked him out.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a little too much. Choking him out.
If
choking him out until he died.
The thing is, is
it might probably been an accident.
You can't just grab a dude, start choking him, and be like, "All right, are you calm down?"
No,
that person. So that as the dude, plus your adrenaline's pumping, you got to be able to make it where he ain't moving.
And so that's like more manslaughter, but I think that's extreme.
I don't.
No,
if that dude's on there assaulting other people, you got to take care of the threat, baby.
Assault versus killing a man over assault is two different things.
Well, that dude who was choking him out was just assaulting that dude. He just took, it just happened to be
just a little too much.
Well, it just happened to be he cut his
that dude's got weak genetics.
Yeah, he cut his oxygen off for too long.
Now, who is that big guy that got I can't breathe and got choked for selling cigarettes in New York? Oh, can't remember his damn name. You know what I'm talking about? I can't breathe.
That was George Floyd.
No, George Floyd had his stomped on his neck.
Yeah, he was. The cop was had his knee on his back.
This is another dude.
He's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Well, because he took 7 times the lethal dose of fentanyl.
This guy was a big old boy. He was selling cigarettes, and so cops went to arrest him.
Oh no, him.
This happened. I can't remember his name, and I apologize. In law enforcement, we do not do chokeholds. That's the way in this state. You don't do chokeholds. That's the last resort. This right here is just too much problems. Mm-hmm. There's a million other ways to do it other than this.
Well, it probably became policy after George Floyd.
But way before.
Oh, okay.
I did rookie school in 2006, and I learned that back in 2006. Yeah. Like what he did, Chauvin, is that his name?
Chauvin, yeah, something like that.
You don't put your knee on people's necks, man.
Well, it was more on back.
It was his neck.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was his neck.
To me, it looked like his back.
That dude.
Right between his shoulder blades.
No, it was on his freaking neck. Now, he didn't die from that, according to the autopsy.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't die from that. So, facts is facts is facts. He did not die from that. Optics were horrible.
Yeah.
So, but this guy is a big old, probably about 6'6", 300-pound dude selling cigarettes on the street corner in New York. He got arrested, and he's like, no. Well, this one cop jumps behind him and gets him a chokehold from behind. Short little white dude. And chokes him out, and he dies. I can't breathe. That's what he kept saying.
I remember that.
And this is something. Well, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to talk about that. That's something. I'll talk about maybe one day when I retire. He died because he was overweight and out of shape, is what they're saying. Me, I'm like, you don't choke a dude. You don't jump up and grab his neck and have your weight on him for selling cigarettes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I get it that you got to get them all because you can't let any go. I get that, but come on. You could talk all day. You got nowhere to be.
Just pull your stun gun out.
At least. Of course, people died from that, too.
Just taser them a little bit.
Used to, you could taser all this.
You got a taser?
Huh?
You got a taser?
Mm-hmm. Used to, you could taser this in the front. Used to. All this was fair game. It doesn't cause heart attacks, according to the research. It doesn't affect pregnant women, according to the research.
Oof.
It's just, that's all it is. Now they took this away. You can't tase here because there's too many vital organs. You definitely couldn't tase in the neck or face or the groin.
Yeah, but when it shoots out, the 2 prongs go anywhere within a certain square. So, I mean...
No, they go right where you point them. Straight up down, like that.
Oh,
one shoots straight and one angles down.
I thought they flickered out and just kind of...
No.
And they could land like one here, one there.
If I cock it, it'll land like that, like that. One shoots straight and one shoots at an angle. So you get spread.
I was uninformed on the trajectory.
Used to, you could shoot all this. You can't no more because, I don't know, maybe better research. But originally, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect pregnant women. It doesn't affect your heart. It's just muscle.
Yeah.
I've gotten shot with one, and it feels like a jackhammer. It defeats you mentally. Physically, you're fine, because after it's done, you hop back up. You're fine.
Yeah, the only time it's going off is when you're like...
But mentally, you're like, okay, you won. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
But they took that away with the taser.
Where can you shoot them now?
You can shoot them all in the back area. You can't shoot here at all.
Well, that's more dangerous because if they're running and you shoot them in the back, they're going to lock up and fall on their face.
Exactly. You're supposed to shoot them in the leg, meaty legs, which will take you out.
Ooh. Meaty legs.
But yeah, there's ranges now, and it used to be less. It used to be less lethal. Now it's less than lethal. No, they call it something else. They changed it.
What about the shotgun with the beanbag bullet?
We've had one. I've never seen it used before.
It does concussionary damage.
I love it. That'd been awesome.
Like, of course, it doesn't penetrate, but it still sends that shockwave through your body.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like when my son hit me in the chest when I scared him. He went, wham, right in my chest. I scared him. It knocked the air. I was like, imagine with a shotgun, it's probably 10 times that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it leaves welts on you.
Yeah.
If a paintball will leave welts on you.
The thing is, people don't respect law enforcement.
No.
Law enforcement
don't respect
people. They do to a point.
Okay.
They do. But you go in and day out.
I am the law.
No, you go in, day out. Or you have to do this every time you go anywhere.
Yes.
People spit in your food. People hate you. You can't do
lunch.
Which
is a federal offense, by the way.
Yeah, but how can you catch it? How can you prove it?
You sample it up, put it in a bag, and lab it, and when it's got their DNA in it.
How you know it's their DNA? You get to go, who back here in the kitchen's DNA is this?
Take all of them.
You have to have search warrants.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Well, okay. Well, you can get a search warrant saying...
You have to detain all of them. You have to go, stand here.
Yep.
Type up 10 search warrants.
Yeah.
Hey, judge, you sign these 10 search warrants? I can do it tomorrow.
Well, they're detained until tomorrow.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
That's unreasonable.
If it's a federal offense to do that...
It'd be easier to just pull a camera up and go, oh, you did it.
Yeah. Then do that too.
Yeah. That'd be easier to seize the...
That's a federal crime. I bet you if more people got busted doing it, less people would do it overall.
Oh, dude, it gets dropped to misdemeanor. Your Honor, I'm going to school. I'm a single mother.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize.
Should have thought about that before you spit on it.
I apologize, officer.
2 years. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Should have thought about that before you spit in it. Guilty. Bye.
I guess I'm liberal when it comes to law enforcement, which is funny.
Oh, I'd be
You're Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I'd be known as the hanging judge.
Not me, man.
Sir, he stole my cornbread cooling on the windowsill. Hang him.
Jesus Christ.
Get him gone, boy. He ain't going to steal no more cornbread.
He stole my horse. Hang him.
Well, that was...
I know. It's like...
a killable offense because people relied on horses so much back then for their planting of the crops.
No, you're right. You're right. Horses and travel and...
Because if you steal that person's horse, that person lives so far out of town, he could literally die. So it's almost like a slow death sentence. So that's why they were like...
Well, nowadays everything's so connected.
Yeah.
Like you still got cars. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still got food in your home.
Yeah.
There's other ways.
Yeah.
It's not as prominent. But
I never thought
of the day,
that way.
though,
I never thought of it that way. Yeah. That's the reason why it was so severe.
Yeah. Or stealing cattle. That's that person's livelihood. If you steal their cattle, it's like you're basically killing them. But they're going to slowly starve to death and all this and that. So it's like, hey, hang them.
Speaking of which, Ash and Burnz Podcast at gmail.com.
We got to go out on the light. No, we never got in the light. We went a little bit of light.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You brought hamburgers.
Yeah.
Talk about your burgers and then your dessert, because this is hilarious to me. Today's your cheat day.
Yeah.
This man didn't use, he made hamburgers. He made himself 2 hamburgers.
With 4 patties.
He didn't use buns. He used 2 patties. He had a egg cooked over easy, right?
Yeah. Bacon.
Onion, chili, coleslaw.
And
jalapenos, pepper jack cheese.
And I put Tabasco sauce on
sauce between 2 patties.
And it was this tall.
He had 2 patties. He had 4 patties technically.
4 patties.
2 sandwiches.
Yeah. I wasn't holding it. I was cutting it. I was sophisticated. I cut it with a knife and a fork.
And then you had...
And I only ate one of them because I was starting to eat the other. And
you had 1 apple fritter with ice cream on top, Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah. And I had a little bit of chili cheese tater tots.
Oh, that's right.
I ate that first while y'all were eating. I was cooking my meat. I ate chili cheese tater tots.
It was so funny when you was building that 2 burgers, pepper jack on it. I was like, okay. Then you put the jalapenos on it, and then you put the coleslaw on it, and then you put onions on it, and then you put Tabasco, then you put bacon on it, and then you put egg over easy on it, and hot sauce. I don't know. You just kept, and then you put another patty on top, and I was like,
yeah, it was like this tall.
Sliced onion. The sliced onion was that thick.
Yeah. Well, the burger itself, I could eat that any day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. Without a bun. Yeah. But still, I was just like,
because my cheat was the apple fritter. And
the cheat was.
And the tater tots.
Tater tots.
Everything else.
You know what? I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah. The burgers you ate was still on your meal plan.
Yeah, that's why I chose to do it like that instead of having the bread.
Yeah.
I just did that. So I was like, because I know I'm going to have some carbs on the tater tots, and I know I'm going to eat that apple fritter with some ice cream.
Who's all eating? I was like, well, me, the 2 kids, the 2 in-laws,
everybody.
And you.
And so I cooked this whole, and it's like, what? Just 4 of us ate? The 2 women
My son ate half of it.
Yeah.
My in-law, the chaplain ate just tots.
Yeah.
And then me and you were sitting there like Burger Town.
Yeah. He was like, I'll just have a snack. You're like, I was like, how many people want egg on their hamburger? You're like, well, probably
all of them. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Martyr.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm just going to have a little snack. I was like, Mom.
And then the mother-in-law was like, I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
And then my daughter's like, nah, I'm good. And I was like,
next time I'm just going. You just go get that pizza, and then I'll cook.
Bro, you taking your patties with you? I would. I mean, that's still protein. Or does it have too much stuff in it? You can't have it.
No, there's nothing in the pat. You can have those patties.
Come on, man. I want you. You brought all of them.
So
I'll eat them.
I mean, for the past 3 months, you've been buying my dinners. So
yeah, but so you just another seat at the table. We're gonna cook it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I contributed today.
This time you did. And then you had fritter in the microwave. The old man ate one too. I noticed that. I just want a snack and this apple fritter.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you had ice cream. I had ice cream.
I brought them donuts too, and ain't nobody eating no donut either.
Take them home to the girl. Well, the boy will probably eat them.
I'll keep him some, but I'll take most of them with me.
He don't need them. He's fluffy. I gotta get him outside doing stuff. He's
running around the house.
He stomps around the house.
Yeah, but that's still kind of
he
running.
Is so uncoordinated.
He's quick.
He is like his mother, just not coordinated.
Yeah.
Me, I was always very coordinated, very athletic.
Yeah.
My daughter kind of is, but the boy is like he moves like a baby elephant with new legs or something.
Yep. Oh yeah, bull in a china shop.
Yes, he is something else.
Yeah.
Oh well. Ash and Burnz Podcast number 60. This one's going to be called, I don't know yet.
Haters going to hate.
Haters are going to hate. Well, this one was a rough one.
Boy, we were hating, boy.
We were a hating episode. You know what, Ash? I think this right here, too.
Kill him. Hang him, boy.
Jesus, I know. I'm like, whoa, bro, whoa. Maybe lethal injection, maybe?
No.
I don't believe in death penalty. We talked about that before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a liberal dude when it comes to law enforcement.
The best way is an electric chair.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
You got to let them think about what they were doing. Yeah. Think about getting tased.
Have you seen Nefarious yet?
1,000 times over.
Oh, yeah. Well, taser is high voltage, low amperage. I think that's right. And so, I said backwards. Anyway, it's like, it makes your muscles go, and you're like, I can't.
That's probably high voltage, low amps. Because amps will kill you.
Okay, so that's what it is. High volt, low amp.
Yeah,
it has less amps than Christmas lights.
Will kill you.
Yeah. 50,000 volts. That's right.
Yeah.
50,000 volts.
But low amp.
Low amp. That's right. But yeah, I've used it and been hit with it before. I've been pepper sprayed. I've been CS gassed. I've been tasered. I've been batoned. I've been spit on.
Who hit you with a baton?
My God, ash&burnz at gmail.com. That's Alabama Burns.
See your grandma hit me? Now you got it.
She got off too.
Really?
Yeah.
Assaulting a police officer.
Yes, because she was an old woman. And she's like, and when she's in court, I thought maybe, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. Here's the video. Here's the video.
Yeah. She knows she's doing it.
Shove me that damn baton, her own personal baton. I had to give it back to her. Judge ordered me to give it back to her.
I would have shot her in the back of the head.
Oh my God, you can't do that, dude. You're better than that. No. You cannot do that.
She's assaulting me. My life's in threatened. Bloom, 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 bloom,
by that old lady with a stick? No.
An old lady with a gun can kill you just as quick as somebody else.
What's a gun? Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey. I thought she was pulling out a gun.
You are
Judge.
No. And see, look.
She was pulling out a weapon.
Okay. He's full of crap because when he goes for his carry conceal, this is not how he really thinks. This is for your benefit.
Yeah, this is all satire.
Oh my God, Ash and Burnz at Gmail. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Executor.
Turn you off. Turn me off while you're over there. Hit that button. Jesus.
Boom.